my friend, don't despair when things go wrong. You don't have to bear your burdens alone. There's a hand reaching out to lift your soul and give blessings too great to behold. I know that no matter what yesterday was, I will rise triumphant today. For I placed all my trust in the power from above. I am at peace, I rest in God, all is well. Troubled times and heartaches will be no more when Jesus comes to carry us home. And we have the sweet assurance that His Spirit is near. So you see, we're never really alone. I know that no matter what yesterday was, I will rise triumphant today. For I placed all my trust in the power from above. I am at peace, I rest in God, all is well. I am at peace, I rest in God, all is well.
Well, it's all well. I have a friend that often says, "It's all good, my buddy." And I like it when he says that because I know what he means. He means that God is in control. And if we'll look to Him, as the songwriter said in that song, All Is Well, if we'll look to Him, it's going to be okay. I've learned that many people don't understand. We all grieve differently. And I think if you've been through the loss of a loved one, you would agree with me that we grieve differently. You can't put your thumbprint of grief on everybody and say, well, they're not grieving because they're not doing it the way I did it. We all grieve differently. But for the Christian, we have hope that other men don't have. I was talking with a lady yesterday about knowing for sure that she was going to heaven if she died, and she made profession that she did, and I believe her, between her and God, that she settled it. And that's good. But we were talking about how we don't have to worry about even death, which is the last enemy. Now, we may not know how we'll die, and we may worry and wonder about that. We ought not to worry, but we may wonder about how we'll die. But God's in control. And if I understand my Bible right, it says absent from the body, present with the Lord. That means that we go immediately. When the last breath is drawn here, we'll go immediately into the presence of the Lord. I think it's just a passing through. And death is certainly nothing to be feared today. We ought to look forward to it as a Christian. As we sung that song, All Is Well, I was thinking about how it says we'll just look to the powers above. And certainly God knows better than we know, and He is more powerful than we are. And so we can trust Him in the things of life that are hard, things that are difficult. I like Psalm 136. I don't know whether you've ever read it or ever even noticed what it says. Every verse, it goes through many of the aspects of life and what we'll face in life. And then every verse concludes with these words, for His mercy endureth forever. I want you to think with me about that thought this morning. His mercy, Him withholding from us that which we don't deserve, but because He loves us, His mercy endures forever. The old songwriter years ago wrote, mercy there was great and grace was free. Pardon there was multiplied to me at Calvary. And mercy there was great. God was withholding from us what we really deserved and laying it over on his son. But in this Psalm 136, every verse concludes that way. Listen as I read a few verses for you. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Oh, give thanks unto the God of gods, for his mercy endureth forever. Oh, give thanks to the Lord of lords, for his mercy endureth forever. To him who alone doeth great wonders, for his mercy endureth forever. To him that stretcheth out the earth above the waters, for his mercy endureth forever. On and on it goes, every verse of Psalm 136. Read it sometime and look at it. It'll amaze you. Why would God repeat it? Well, this was a song that the Israelites were singing as they went through hard times. And like Sandra and I sang All Is Well, they were saying his mercy endureth forever. In other words, they were trusting God and knowing that he could take care of them and would. We need to develop an attitude about God like that. He's a big God. He's a loving God. He's a righteous God and a holy God and a just God. But his mercy endureth forever. He's not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to life eternal through Christ Jesus. He goes on in this psalm to say things like this. He says, to him which divideth the Red Sea into parts, for his mercy endureth forever, and made Israel to pass through the midst of it, speaking of the Red Sea, for his mercy endureth forever. But overthrew Pharaoh and his host in the Red Sea, for his mercy endureth forever. He breaks that down into the parts. Yes, we were running from Egypt, trying to get away. They were pursuing us, Pharaoh and his armies, but God divided the Red Sea so we could pass over. And the Israelites passed over, and certainly God took care of them, seeing that Pharaoh and his men drowned in that river when they came to it. It's interesting to read how his mercy covers us in every phase of life. Now think about that today as you go through life. It goes on to say in the last 3 or 4 verses this, God who remembered us in our lowest state, for his mercy endureth forever, and hath redeemed us from our enemies, for his mercy endureth forever, who giveth food to all flesh, for his mercy endureth forever. Oh, give thanks unto the God of heaven, for his mercy endureth forever. What a wonderful song to sing forever and ever. And Sandra and I, when we first found the song All Is Well, and we got that from our dear friends Raymond and Joyce Moody down in Stark, Florida, when we were pastoring there. And they sang it so beautifully, and we have sung it over the years and fell in love with the message of it. You know, it doesn't matter what yesterday holds. It doesn't matter what we're facing today. Our God is able to take care of it for us, and he wants to if we'll let him. Let's turn our troubles over to the Lord today and be able to sing All Is Well. I hope you can. And I hope that as you think on these things, you'll be encouraged today. For our God's mercy endureth forever. Hey, have a good day, and I hope to see you next time. We have encouragement with the Johnsons. And if you have opportunity, read Psalm 136. I think it'll bless your heart to see all that God has done and is doing today, even for me and you. Have a good day now. Bye-bye.